everybody. Sorry for the slight delay getting started. I'm slow. That's really the only explanation I have. Switching screens. I have no Dave here today to confirm if he can hear me or not, so let me know if I have sound. It says I have sound, but I don't trust OBS. Katarina is in the chat. Hello, Katarina. Oh, I just realized I didn't switch my Halloween background. That's okay. Anyhow, getting started, my name is Sara Mapes, and I'm an illustrator and designer from Ohio. Katarina says you good. Thank you very much. So I didn't know what I wanted to work on this weekend. I've been torn about it since last weekend, and I learned 3 days ago that Folktale Week is a thing on Instagram, and it's another prompt list, kind of like how Inktober is a prompt list, except for this one is based upon fairy tales and folk tales, and everyone does a lot of really fun, really cool art for it. So I thought that I would give it a go. I have no plan, so I don't know if I will be participating in the entire prompt list or not. We'll see. It's just one of those things. Let me switch over. I'm going to switch over really quick to my desktop. So this is Folktale Week. I have it linked in my streamer announcement above and down below in the subscription description. I'm so sorry, I'm a mess. So I kind of just happened upon this. There were a couple people posting about it that I follow on Instagram, and then I saw some streamers talking about it earlier this week. So I thought, why not? I never do these kind of things. So here it is if you want to check it out and if you want to participate. I believe there are 7 prompts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, there are 7 prompts. So switch over to Fresco. Oh, where'd my iPad go? Hold, please. So sorry. There it is. Sorry about that. Let's pop my chat out really quick so I can see and make sure everything is a-okay. There we go. All right. So anyhow, I thought we would kind of doodle something for this. Umacorn is in the chat. Hello, Umacorn. Umacorn is also another streamer here on Behance. And Umacorn, I have once again missed your stream. I believe you were live this morning. Yes, this morning. However, I did not see you go live until it was over because I don't pay attention sometimes. I'm so sorry. Umacorn says that's alright. I have been really busy the last like 2 weeks at work, so it's been very hard to watch anyone stream. Okay, so before I get started, I wanted to give you some context about what I was going to do. So everybody seems to be on Instagram making these little like cards basically that say like I'm participating in Folktale Week 2021, and then they either list the prompts or they just say that I'm participating. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I need to change the size of this because I made it the wrong size on accident. Let's switch to Dave is home. Hello, Dave. Ooh, did I type folkstale? Ooh, no. Did I type? Oh no, folktale. Hold on. I'm making sure I didn't type folkstale. Nope. Dave says hello, everyone. He's hiding way out of the screen so he can't be seen. Laura is in the chat. Hello, Laura. How are you doing? Everybody's laughing, saying hi to Dave. He was at his mom's house this morning, so that's why he was not present and accounted for. Just gonna put that like that so I can start sketching. Dave's turning the heat on because it is indeed cold in here. Okay, hold on. I just want to change this to... Will you let me clip this? No. Okay, never mind. Undo. Okay, we're just gonna leave it like this. It's fine. Anyhow, so little context with this about what I want to do for my little prompt guy here. So we have the moon puff, which I have been drawing a ton of. I originally did this illustration, not this one specifically, but this character as a Draw This in Your Style challenge. So I think I'm going to try for Folktale Week to make her, like, whatever illustration I do, she will be featured in it in one way or another. So that is, we have all my prep here. I have some emotions sketched out for her. I have a turnaround sketched out for her. This is not sketched out specifically for this, but this is something else I've been working on for my subscribers. Just like a detailed thing. We have some other character designs here. I've just been drawing her in a bunch of different ways. So anyhow, for this, my plan is, did I say is twice? Let's just lock this really quick. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have her pushing aside some bushes. I always make a little 3D model for reference so I can see like anatomy and posing really good. Laura is saying, I hope everyone is having a nice day and evening. Is Folktale Week only once per year on just 1 week? I thought it was a month long. My understanding is that it is only, I just discovered it was a thing literally this week. It is once a week for a week in November. Speaking of Laura, Laura also just started streaming here on Behance, so be sure to go check Laura out. There is a link to Laura's Behance profile. So it is my understanding that it is just a week long. So we're gonna have her pushing some bushes out of the way, and I think we're gonna put like some little fairy creatures down here. Maybe like a gnome and like a fairy. I want them to be very simple, so that's why I didn't put like any characters like in the 3D model. And then we're gonna put her in like a little hood, and we're gonna do like the light source will be coming from like here. And then the background will be nice and dark. So let's get sketching. That is my plan. Like I said, this is just like a prompt list saying that I'm participating in this. I don't actually have a plan yet for any of the illustrations I'm going to do this week. So that's going to take some time this weekend to plan those out. Laura is here. Hello, another Laura. We have 2 Lauras in the chat. Laura is also, Laura Romero is also a streamer here on Behance. Mucho Mom. There is a link to her Behance profile, and Laura actually just started a subscription. Second Laura just started a subscription here on Behance. So be sure to check that out if you're into that. Okay, Laura is asking, did you create this model yourself? I missed the first 10 minutes. Sorry if it was answered. No, I actually didn't go over that. So let me go over that really quick before I start. So this is a really neat app called Art Pose Pro. I have, just kind of slide out here. I have like the set, so there's a couple different versions of it. There's Pro, there's me, and there's female. I got the whole package. It was like $9 or something like that. And there's really not like that much of a difference. I find this one, the Art Pose Pro one, to be the best. So this is a model, and you can change if it's male or female. You can change the body type to an extent, and it comes with all these little widgets and hot points here where you can move stuff. It also comes with a bunch of props that you can use. So you can like lay out like rough suggestions of where you want stuff. Hello, Adobe Live. I just saw thumbs. So I have been making, I just moved her head on accident. I have been making good use of this with all of my illustrations lately, so I have some reference for things. So You can then like change screenshots and stuff. I would check it out. I think I want to say like if you buy one app, it's probably like $1 or something like that. I don't know. Like I said, I bought the full set, so. Let's see. Laura is saying thanks for the shout out, no problem. And also that references are so helpful. Thanks for sharing these different apps. Yeah. Ah, other Laura is saying Art Post Pro, me, and female is roughly $9 if anyone needs the info. Thank you for saying that in the chat. Thank you very much. Okay. Roll my sleeves up and let's get to drawing. How is everybody doing today? Okay, so let's take our square tool here, and I think what I would like to do is I want my title to be up here for Folktale Week. Don't be finicky, you silly thing. There we go. So we're gonna outline where we're gonna put the title. I'll probably go on Adobe Fonts and I'll go into Illustrator on the iPad or on the desktop. It really just depends. Say we probably need to make this smaller. And then we'll probably put so I'll probably do something like this for the title. I put like a little exclamation point or something up there. We'll do something fancier with this, but I just want like a layout basically of how I plan on doing this. So we'll make sure that there is enough space here for my little character. So we'll probably put like, let's go a little higher than that. Probably have the top of her head here. And then we'll put our little ground here. Just give ourselves a quick little grid. We don't need to whip out the perspective grid for that or anything. Jack Watson is here. Hello, Jack. How are you doing today? Jack Watson is another streamer here on Behance and also has a wonderful subscription. So be sure to check Jack out. Let's see. Other Laura is saying, I keep saying other Laura like there's two Lauras here. I'm sorry. Laura is saying it's gorgeous outside. Working on subscriber items. I'm gonna go country dancing tonight. Our VP of sales is proposing to his girlfriend tonight. That is so exciting. I wish it was nice out here, but it's unfortunately, it's 40 degrees outside and it's gross and cold and cloudy and I hate it. But that's super exciting and I hope you have fun tonight and that proposal goes super well. And then we have FS303 in the chat. They say hello, hello. Thanks for popping into my stream today. FS303 just started following me. Thank you. I get to use my button. Thanks for the follow. Come here, you. Oh, we have to have our daily intake of ferrets, by the way. She says hello, everybody. This is Ivy. She's very squishy. She's very round. She says hello. Hi. Yeah. Okay, be free. Alright, back to business. Oops. Wrong screen. There we go. See, Laura is saying, this sounds amazing to other Laura. I'm moving where you live. In Denmark, it's so gray and cold. Same here in Ohio. And then Laura Romero says, November and December are my favorite months here in Austin. The weather gets so beautiful, then it gets really cold. That sounds wonderful. I've never been to Texas. My friend actually just moved to Texas, so... Alright, back to our sketch. He's from Ohio, so like he complains about how hot it is all the time, which is kind of funny. Let's move this up here. Just gonna move this, done. I'm gonna move this layer on top of that layer for now, so I can have a good reference. Umacorn is saying, you have a ferret? So cute. Yes, I actually have 4 ferrets. They make guest appearances on stream sometimes when they're awake. Okay, so let's start roughing in. We don't need to follow, let's actually make that lower. We don't need to go super crazy about following the model, because we're going to be drawing the moon puff here, and she's very stylized, so as long as I get like a basic anatomy right, that's fine with me. She has a more rounded face. Gareth is here. Hello, Gareth. How you doing? Thanks for popping in. And Stephen Booth is here. Hello, Stephen Booth. How are you guys doing today? Okay, rib cage needs to be a little bit lower. I care too much about this. Okay. Going to need to move our reference up a little bit, I think. No and no. We're gonna scoot. I've had entirely too much coffee. My hand is shaking. Let's do like that. So we're gonna have her hand is gonna be pushing back some bushes or like plants of some sort, which I would like to do in a very stylized fashion. So we're just gonna do like these big leaves like this. And then we're just gonna build up over to indicate some front bushes here. Maybe something like that. Go a little bit smaller on those. We can put some grass in here. Okay. New layer. Scrolling back up. Let's see. Scrolling back up. We are talking about lots of things in chat. Sorry, I was hyper-focused in what I was drawing. Oh, Jack, I'm surprised you're not absolutely exhausted after a wedding and an after party. I'd be asleep. Maybe not at 2 p.m., but would have been exhausted. Oh no, Umacorn, did something happen in your stream? Oh, I see. Jack explained. See, Stephen Boots is saying, I'm amazed at how some people behave in chat and at how patient streamers are with them sometimes. Yeah, I've been very lucky to not have too many issues. Every once in a while I'll have something odd happen in the chat, but it's never like terrible. Well, I'm glad Jack was there to help you with your with whatever issue is going on in your stream, Umacorn. Oh, I see. The person was just pressuring you to review their work on stream, and I didn't want to take away the focus on you and your work. Yeah, that's always hard. That's always hard on stream. Laura is asking, Sarah, have you studied anatomy? Human head and body is so difficult to draw. So I didn't have like a traditional anatomy class when I was in school, but I did do a lot of life drawing classes with like gesture drawing and stuff when we had to do like 30-second drawings, 2-minute drawings, like 30-minute drawings. It was a lot. I graduated in animation, so a lot of the life drawing classes that I took were not like life drawing classes for like hyper realism and stuff like that. They were life drawing for animation, so it was about like getting the pose down, and then we would always like pick whatever we thought our best pose that we like sketched that day, and we would try to like redraw that pose in like a stylized character or something like that. So that is why I'm quick, because I've done a lot of that. I hated it, but it made me a better artist. So, oops, I wanted to switch colors really quick here. That is something that I always recommend to people who are trying to like learn anatomy and like gesture drawing and stuff, and like how the like really with anything, it doesn't even just have to be a human. Gesture drawings are a good way to learn how to do stuff very quickly. Setting like a timer on yourself and like just sketching. It doesn't even have to be good. It could be half a drawing that you get through. Okay, so it looks like our shoulders are actually going to come up behind here. Let's just relax this one a little bit more. And the moon puff is not, just not very, womanly. She's really just meant to be a child, so we're going to draw her very cutesy and simplified. I think we're gonna put her in a cloak. Draw through this. We are going to include the rest of this hand, even though I probably don't need to. We are gonna need to move our little reference out of the way. Just put it there for a moment. So one thing I wish Fresco had is I wish I could just like put the reference like up in the top corner here where like this thing is, and I'd move this down here so that way I could just always have the reference like static right here no matter where I like zoomed in on the screen. Laura says, I love how quickly you sketch. Thank you. That took a lot of practice getting quick with sketching. When I was younger, I used to be very hard on myself about like getting the sketch perfect before I would actually move on to coloring. This comes up like this. This hand's gonna need a bit of work, but I think it's just gonna be covered anyhow by this plant. I just want to make sure it's in here, so it's in here in case I need to reveal part of the hand that I wasn't expecting to. Laura Romero says, oh, that would be awesome. I'm constantly moving reference around too. I think I've never used Procreate, but I've seen some like videos of people using Procreate, and I want to say that Procreate has an option for you to do that. Not that I'm definitely a Fresco person, so I'm not like gonna switch to Procreate or something, but it seems like a good feature that would be nice. But I don't know, like I've never actually inquired about what that is that people use in the Procreate thing, so maybe it's like an outside app that like floats on the top of your screen. I have no idea. Okay, so we're just gonna draw a simple face map here so all of our features line up properly. Mark where our points are going to be... I think we're gonna give her... I feel like I should have drawn the head a little bit. So I wanted to kind of have like a look of wonder, so now I'm thinking I should have drawn the head not quite so squashed, but like stretched a little bit more. We'll just adjust that. Do a very low nose. Very high eyebrows to hopefully convey some form of look of wonder on her face. That looks too scary. Happier. Let's see, Laura says, I have never used Procreate or Canva. Has anyone? If so, what do you love and what don't you like about it? So I've used Canva, and Canva is not really, it's not really a drawing app. I've never used Canva on my own, but I did work at a pottery studio, and I was in charge of like some of the marketing for that. But I only worked 2 days a week. So my boss was very big on Canva. She's a very nice lady. She's very big on Canva because if I created something for the studio and she needed to like adjust dates or something like that, she could go in very easily and adjust everything in Canva or add anything as you'd like. And Canva is mostly like a library of assets that people create that you can either subscribe to, or there's like free assets and fonts and stuff. So it's more for like, it's kind of like Adobe Spark. I like Adobe Spark better, but it's kind of like that. That was a hiccup, I'm sorry. Let's see, FS303 says, I use Sketchbook Pro for Android. I used to use Sketchbook Pro for Android when I had my Android tablet. I then ended up giving my Android tablet to my mom because she got one of those little vector robots, and you can like program stuff into the tablet and like tell the vector robots to do stuff. So then I got an iPad. Okay, same with the eyes. We're gonna keep those nice and wide. Then she's gonna be looking down at all of these little people. Let's just give her some ears, although she's going to be wearing a hood. I think we're gonna make her like a little Red Riding Hood cloak. This needs to come up that way. Sorry. Very itchy nose today. And then normally she has space buns, but I think since we're gonna put her in a cloak, I might be inclined to give her braids. Little pigtail braids. Her braids would be very, very long though, because she has very long hair. We'll just have these kind of stick. Actually, let's do that one. We'll leave this braid behind her head. Just have this one come out. I think I want to leave this on a curve though, instead of being so flat. Like that. Okay, so let's go one more layer and, oops, that is not what I meant to do. Need to put a hood on her. I'll do like a big hood. A big cloak. I'm gonna be able to see the braids through the cloak though, so. Let's push this one in a bit. Sketch very lightly through that. Okay, so for her dress, or outfit I should say, I kind of want to do something like a little jumper kind of deal. Be a little too low. Nav, thank you for the follow, or Nav, however you pronounce that. Thanks for the follow. Let's see, Laura says, oh, okay, similar to Adobe Spark. Is Procreate like Fresco? What Adobe app would you compare it to? Yes, it's like Fresco. It doesn't do vectors, but there is a way in Procreate that I've seen to like smooth lines and stuff. But it's essentially just like Photoshop or Fresco. Same thing. Yes, Stephen Booth is also saying the same thing. I think Procreate is most like Fresco or Illustrator Draw. shirt like this. I believe Procreate also has animation features just like Fresco does now, but Fresco is life. Okay, let's pull this line in a bit. Not really going to be able to see much of this anyhow. Little pocket here. Okay, so I think we might just pull in this hood a little bit. That. Okay. One more layer so we can clean this up a little bit. Rin is here. Hello, Rin. How are you doing today? Rin is also another streamer here on the Behance. There is a link to Rin's Behance profile. Rin is asking, how goes it? It's going. I've just discovered this week that Folktale Week is a thing, so I think I'm gonna participate. And by I think, I mean I'm gonna do as many illustrations as I can. I know it's only a week, but I don't want to like wear myself out. So we are working on a little Instagram post today that's basically gonna say, hey, I'm participating in Folktale Week, because that seems to be what everybody is doing for this. But I think this is going to be a problem, but let's just flip it to make sure. I see we're skewing a little bit over here. It's a little bit better. I'm normally really good about flipping the canvas to check for like skewing and stuff like that. And this past week, the whole week, I have just been absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible about it. Rin says, "Oh, I must check it out." Hee hee, nice. I'm on mobile at the moment, so I'm a little lurky until I set up my PC. Hey, that's fair. I also will lurk on mobile sometimes. If you ever see me in a chat and I like come into the chat and I say hello and then I don't speak again for like another 45 minutes, I'm lurking. It's 100% the reason why. Let's actually just extend this over her shoulder a bit. Kind of like that. Itchy nose. Sorry, sorry. Okay, so we're gonna put the hint of a shirt collar over here, because that would connect more up that way. And Puff has a cute little button nose, kind of like that. Let's push this expression a little bit more. Make it super wide. Oh. Well, if anybody just heard that sound, Dave, there's somebody at the door. Oh, if anyone just heard that very loud beeping sound, our doorbell is very obnoxious. Okay, she has these cute little cheeks. Laura says, I am working and lurking right now. Jack says, me too right now, though. Arena also says, I love the braids so far. Thank you. We're gonna try to keep it, relatively simple. We're not gonna get too crazy with it because I want this to have a simple style. I don't want to get too insane with these prompts, like style-wise, because I'll never finish them. So I'm hoping that like I can just keep that braid as simple as possible. We're gonna keep these eyebrows nice and high. We'll probably draw them through the hair. Like that. Yeah, that probably needs to be a little bit bigger. We'll fix any unevenness in the eyes and stuff when we put color in. I don't know if I'm gonna do this in an outline style or not. Oops. Okay, let's flip it back. That needs to be bigger. Okay. Annika is here. Hello, Annika. Katarina says, me too. Work and lurk, work and lurk. Annika is another streamer here on Behance. Doing a link. How are you doing today, Annika? Thanks for popping in. On Annika's Behance profile, I have linked in the chat. Oh, my poor nose is itching so bad. Allergies. Annika says, I'm doing well. It doesn't feel like the weekend. Let's just say that. How are you? Oh, I feel you. Oh, there it goes again. My nose is itching. I I had a super busy work week. I don't really know what I was just about to try and say there, but it was not work week. It's gonna come out of my mouth all backwards. Oh, there is somebody else who just followed me whose name I cannot pronounce because it is written in another language. But if you are here, thank you for the follow. I can use my button. um, Lost my train of thought. Oh, I had a super busy work week, and I actually forgot last night that it was Friday. And I realized and was like, oh my goodness, I don't have to go to work tomorrow. Okay, those fingers are super rubber goosey. Not a fan. Let's try that again. Okay, not my favorite with her fingers, but it's getting the message across. And like I said, I think we're gonna end up sticking a plant in front of her fingers anyhow, so it's gonna be like she's like pushing it out of the way. So, we're gonna leave them for now, and if they really bother me later, I will figure out, like, in the line work, I'll do like a sketch over and figure out how to like adjust. I think it's really just this one. I don't want them to all like stick together, because fingers can like, they operate on their own. They don't have to be like this. We tilt this one back a little bit. Okay, anyhow, not important. There's gonna be a leaf there. See, Rin says allergies have been crazy here too. I'm not sure where you live, but if they're anything like mine and this weather going back and forth, like your sinuses are probably like dying like mine are, so I feel your pain. And see, Annika says, I might do Folktale Week too. I saw it on Maddie's stream the other day. I also watched that stream. I caught the end of it because I was busy at work. It was like literally the last half hour. But before that, I had seen like 10 other people post about Folktale Week on Instagram, and I was like, what is this thing? And then I finally was able to find like the Instagram profile for it and like read a little bit about it. So Odari is here. Hello, Odari. How are you doing today? Odari is another streamer here on Behance. All streamers, streamer support. There is a link to Odari's Behance profile. Annika, I hope your weekend is very nice and relaxing at least. Uh, if you've had a very busy week so far. And then there is also somebody in the chat, and I unfortunately cannot read that, and I'm so sorry, but hello, and thank you for joining. Let's see, Rin says Texas, yes. Ah! We have 2 Texas people in the chat, and my friend also just moved to Texas. Rin says, yes, I've been super sick this week from it. Sinusitis, congestion, and today my equilibrium is off, and I'm super dizzy. I get like that every once in a while too. I broke my nose, which is why I have this wonderful lump, when I was like 13, because I'm silly and I swam directly into a pool wall, so I broke it up here and then I broke it down here as well. And ever since that point in my life, my sinuses have been insane. Okay, so there is a group with that in it. I do want to rough out. I think I want to do like big, giant silhouetted leaves here. We're just gonna draw right through the title here because I'll probably end up designing that title in Illustrator. I actually might do this whole drawing in Illustrator. I don't know. I have yet to decide. I know most people are taking like a traditional like painted approach to it. So actually let's get a little symmetry going with this. Let's take this side and we're gonna duplicate it and flip it. Except we're gonna move it in let's merge down. Oops. I love trying to draw with the lasso on accident. I do that very frequently. Let's shape this one a little bit different. So we'll do some big leaves like this, and we'll probably layer them. Because I want this to be kind of whimsical instead of like realistic, and we'll probably put like some basic, like they'll just be pretty basic leaves, like with like some stems and some veins on them. Do something like that. Annika saying Sarah's so good with the links. I really just like go to the chat and I just right click on your little profile pictures in the chat and I open it in a new tab and then I just like copy paste really quickly. That's really it. Sorry, I'm scrolling in the chat to make sure I didn't miss anything. Slyman is here. Hello, Slyman. And Ashrafla is here. Hello, Ashrafla. How are you guys today? How are you doing? Thanks for popping in. Okay, so the background areas here around the moon puff, around the character, it's the moon puff, are gonna be, they're gonna be mostly dark. I think I'm just gonna take like probably a big brush and fresco. I don't know if I'm gonna do like the characters in Illustrator / fresco. I don't really know how I'm gonna approach coloring this yet, but I want this to be kind of like a little path that, a few little characters are like walking along. And then back here I'll just kind of be like a bunch of different tones of like dark probably like dark blues and greens, like blue greens and stuff. So then here, let's make sure we're kind of using same shape with these like leaves. And then we can add some grass. And then once I really get in here, with like laying down base color, I think I would like to add some plants like I did with my mermaid illustration. So let's come back up here. And I have these fun little brushes made in Illustrator that I can reuse. So like this stuff down here, I think I would like to put this kind of thing in the front there, but more silhouetted, little bit of detail. So this is gonna be like a little raised path that these little creatures are on, like maybe a log or something like that, because she's not, we didn't draw like the lower half of the moon puff here or the character. So these little characters that we're drawing need to be like on top of something. So let's just say they're on like a log. And we can kind of add, let's do like a branch here. And then maybe we can have like, maybe we can do a few mushrooms over here. Oops. This branch will kind of just like disappear through here. How is everybody who just joined us, Raffle and Slyman? How are you guys doing today? Laura says, I see your ferret in this scene. Is there a ferret out? Or like, do you mean like within the scene I'm drawing? The ferrets were out earlier, that's why I was asking. Laura says, no, I mean in your drawing, with a little smiley face. You know, maybe. I was planning on putting like a little gnome and a little pixie in here, but we'll see. Maybe I could do like, maybe the ferret like is hanging out like back here or something. A little derpy ferret sketch. You know, it's always a possibility. A little derpy ferret sketch. Like maybe he's just like creeping in here, like kind of like this. Maybe that's actually the Moon Puff's like little sidekick. She has the Sun Puff as a friend, but she also has maybe like a little derpy ferret. Like Sailor Moon has like a moon cat. Maybe the Moon Puff just has like a moon ferret. You know, why not? Hadn't even thought of putting them in, any of them, but really kind of wanted them to be a little bit more. You know, maybe. Maybe. Ashrafel says, I'm doing well. That's good to hear. It's nice to see you. Okay, so there's maybe a ferret hanging out back there. Why not? Can put like a little tail back here too. Hanging out behind the mushrooms. So many layers to this. You know, maybe we can put like back here there will be like a glowy pair of like eyes or something too. Since it's folktale week, I mean folktales can be creepy. It's my little indication that they are glowing in my sketch. Okay, so if this is gonna be a log, we'll probably just add like a quick indication, like maybe it's like a big fallen tree or something. We need texture on here is what I was going to say. And then I lost my train of thought as I was trying to say it because that's just how it be. So sorry, I'm thinking. The ferret is so derpy back there. I love it. That's a very good suggestion, Laura. Ashrafel says, how are you, Sarah? I'm doing good. I'm having a lot of fun with this. So this is nice. I don't know if I want to make like a little pixie in here. Or if I want to do like a little gnome. I'll push that back there. And then we're gonna lock that layer group so I don't accidentally try to draw on it. This is turning out, I don't know, this is turning out super cute. For like a last minute thought. Urin says, be back soon, going to set up the computer. Okay, we shall see you shortly. Laura says, oh, I love the ferret. Yeah, he's really derpy back there. We're just kind of peeking. I think we're gonna put like a little, okay. I think we're gonna put like a little fairy. It's oops. Let's get our blue color back because we're gonna need to, what time is it? Oh my goodness, it's 3:25 already. Where did today go? Let's put them at, Maybe we can make this like the top of a acorn. I know this isn't really technically correct texturing for this, but I want to indicate that it's like an acorn. We can do that. Let's for the moment, let's fade this group back so it's a little bit easier for me to see what I'm doing. Hold on 1 second. I know. Never mind. Maybe. I'm blind. I don't know where my cloth went to wipe my iPad screen off. I'm having I just rubbed my face and I took makeup off my face and rubbed it on the iPad, so it's always good, right? Let's save really quick. And then let's put a little teapot and like just rough in some very rough teacups here. Do a little teapot. Pretend like this is like a... The tops of the acorns are like flat enough to have like, it could be used as a table. I don't know what else to add on here that won't be like so insanely small that you won't really be able to see like what it is. I guess we could add like little containers here. Maybe we could do like a little tablecloth over this. So like the bottom of the acorn will be sticking out here. Put like a big pitcher here or something. Just so the table looks like filled. Okay, so then we can put, what if we do like the tops of 2 mushrooms here? Okay, new layer. Just gonna change colors so I can see what I'm doing. I need to do this a little bit bigger. Ooh. I meant to go on a new layer with that. I did not. Let's just cut that. Let's paste it. Rin says back, such cute expressions. Ah, thank you. That's something I've been trying to like push a little bit with all my character illustration is expressions and stuff instead of just doing like a typical like three-fourths like stare at the camera pose or something. Okay, so let's move this over a little bit, make it a little bit bigger. I have no idea what this like little fairy creature is gonna look like. She's probably just gonna be like small and like, excuse me, overly simple. Actually, I wonder if maybe we'll make her like holding the tea instead. Put her little hand on her lap like she's all fancy. Yeah, I think we'll make her like holding this teacup instead. This is just a rough-in. Put like little pixie wings on her. We can this cup we'll get rid of because it's gonna be in her hand, so I'm just gonna draw that through that for right now. Okay, so if we go the gnome route, we'll make him a bit wider. Just gonna do a big circle here for a leg. Give him little boots. his arms like this. You can make it like he's in mid-conversation. We'll just throw out his hand like this a little bit. Just being super rough with this because I don't really know. I don't have like a full plan of what I wanted this part to look like. And I have a feeling we're just gonna end up making these characters like super simplified because they're so tiny. Let's just make sure we indicate he has like a little hat. Instead of one that's sticking straight up, we'll do like a bent one. Okay, that's pretty good. I can't believe that my stream is almost over today. Time flew by. Okay, so let's merge these two. We're gonna hide that really quick, just because it'll be easier for me to see. A little bit smaller on this brush. Do something like that. Whew. Jack says, yeah, this day flew by for me. I didn't really do much this morning. I just feel like it went by super fast. I don't like it when it goes by this fast because it's just one day closer to having to go back to work. Okay, so let's scoot. Oh, we're gonna get rid of the stem that I was gonna put in the middle. Rin says, oh wow, loving the Folktale 2021 hashtag entries thus far. Fantastic. Yes, I've seen some really, really nice ones under that hashtag. I started following it. There's a lot of like really cute, like storybooky type of stuff. So, I don't know, I can't wait to see what everyone comes up with for this and like kind of dive into those hashtags a little bit while I'm working on stuff for this. Okay, so we're going to just kind of indicate like this that this is I want that to be like the bottom of an acorn basically is what I'm kind of going for here. These are going to be the tops of mushrooms, so they shall be colored as such, but I think it's going to be kind of hard to tell what they are in just a sketch. So for right now, I think we'll just do like a very simple like toadstool. Look to them. Kind of like that. Okay, so we're not going to do the saucer here, but we will do, or not the saucer, a cup here, but we will put the saucer. The teapot kind of looks like Mrs. Potts, so we'll have to make sure to not color it that way so it doesn't like look like Mrs. Potts actually. Laura says, "You are so creative, Sarah. Your drawings are so immersive." Thank you, Laura. I mean, this is kind of why I went to school for animation. I really like to get like detailed and creative with stuff like this, and like I like fantasy art and like cartoons and stuff, and reading. So it's kind of right up my alley. Nikita, thank you for the follow. If you are watching, I can use my button again. Thank you. I just tried to itch my eyeball through my glasses. I don't. That's not how that works. Okay, let's duplicate this guy. Right, just duplicate that. I think we'll duplicate that one more time. We'll just do like a third jar hanging out. Be like sugar, honey, and like, I don't, what else goes in tea aside from milk? That's good. Okay, so let's get on this little teacup. And if this ends up like a little crooked right now, that's okay. We can always straighten it out later. Speaking of maple syrup, Rin says some people add maple... I just said maple syrup. Maple syrup. I've never had tea with maple syrup in it, but now I'm kind of curious to try that. Like, what would that be like? That sounds super good, but also weird. Speaking of maple syrup, so my name is Sara Mapes, right? lots of people throughout my life have liked to make like little puns about my last name, like grapes, apes, mapes, drapes, maples. I always get called Sara Mapes. We had a guy that I worked with a very long time ago. It was around when I first started. And we use like IM primarily to like communicate at work, especially now that we're remote. And one of my old project managers needed something from me, and he just IM me maple syrup. Like, I have to type it out. So that has been like I died. I literally died when he like told me that. No one had ever called me that before, and it was just such a good pun on my name that like I had to tell everybody about it. So feel free to call me maple syrup. I will not mind. It's just one of those funny things. That was the end of my workday that day. There was no more focusing after that. I pretty much was just like laughing in my head eternally about it. Umokorn and Rin are both laughing. I'm glad you guys understand it and like get a kick out of it. I feel like we can move. I feel like we should move some of this around a little bit now that we have like some more balance. Kind of move this way. And we can move this. Oops. Oops again. I'll spread those around the table to make the table look a little bit more full. I know it's not like super full, but we can always like duplicate some of these objects too as we get into like drawing this. Ashraffle says, hi maple syrup. Hello. It was truthfully a missed opportunity when it like came to like I'm mapers.art because everybody used to call me like mapers. And like the dot art thing seemed to be like popular for a while, so I kind of went with it. And honestly, I should have just been maple syrup. It was a missed opportunity, very missed opportunity. Maple syrup art could have been. Okay, so let's push the opacity on this back. Oh no, we only have 10 minutes. That's okay. Just like I said, I think we're gonna keep this, we're gonna keep these two characters fairly simple. She's gonna have a cup up to her face. I know that doesn't exactly look the greatest. I will probably, this will be probably something I make in Illustrator to get the perspective a little bit more correct. Add a little handle over here. I feel like we should just go like full like Tinkerbell-ish with her outfit. Like maybe just dress her in a like a leaf or something. Like a leaf dress. Probably just put her like her eyes closed. Is it Davion? Is that how you pronounce that? I'm not really sure, but thank you for the follow. I can use my button again if you're watching. Umacorn says cute teacups. Thank you. They're very small, so it's like hard to see, but thank you. And Annika says maple syrup. LOL. What did I miss? It's just I was just telling a quick story about how one of my project managers, when I first started at my full-time job, needed something from me, and he IM'd me maple syrup, like a little pun on my name, and I was talking about how it was a missed opportunity, and it should have been like my, instead of mapers.art, I should have been like maple syrup art. Dave says I call her that every now and again. He does. He does indeed. Quite a few of my friends do as well. Jack, I don't know if you remember him. I think it was his name Dane? I feel like he was only there for like a month when I first started. So I don't know. I can't exactly remember. Jack's like, yeah. I was like ready for you to be like, I have no idea who you're talking about. Jack says, speaking of, I have a story to tell you. Remind me later. Will do. She kind of like looks like a snooty little fairy, which is kind of like what I was going for. I think we should relax this shoulder a little bit. Not that far up. Her neck is super elongated, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and erase part of that. Just have her hand resting on her leg here. $3.55. Okay, put little pixie wings on her. I have no idea what I want to do with her hair. I don't want her to look like too much like Tinkerbell. We'll give her a little pointed ear though. Okay, so we'll worry about giving her a little Like a little dress or something. And a hairstyle later. Okay, so we have the gnome to do. Alright, so for the last, like, we have like 3 minutes here today, so let's unhide so we can see our little scene here playing out. We'll leave that on. So sketch is almost done. I will probably finish the sketch off stream tonight. So that way, ooh, actually, speaking of which, I don't know if I'm gonna stream tomorrow. If I do stream, it might be earlier in the morning, rather than my typical time. Because I might be going to my dad's house. It was decided after I made my stream schedule this week. I have to call my dad and confirm everything. So, I don't know if I'll be streaming at the same time tomorrow. My point being is if you like what you see and you're interested in seeing how this turns out and everything, give me a follow, smack that like button, and you can see when I go live and when I post things so you can check everything out as I finish it. Let's see, Dave says, I've been quiet, just lurking, had to do a chore, so I was late. I need hot cider in my life today. Ooh, that sounds good. We should make some of that. We have some in the fridge. And then, is it Davin? Davin, is that how you pronounce that? I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. They're trying to tell me in the chat how to pronounce their name. Rin says, thank you so much for streaming, sharing, and hanging out. Such a cute concept. Looking forward to seeing more. Thank you very much. Katarina is also saying thank you. Thank you guys very much for hanging out with me. I will hopefully see you tomorrow. If I don't, I will try to get a stream set up for during the week so I can keep working on this. It just depends. I don't typically like to stream during the week. I get tired. I'm a very lazy person sometimes, so we'll see. But on that note, go check Jack Watson out. She'll be coming up right after me today. And thank you, everybody.